Okay, for part C it says a function h is defined as this. Given h of g of a is equal to pi over 4. Find the value of a. Okay, h of g of a. So that means h of g of a. So that means arctan of g of a over 2. So g of a over 2 has to equal a quarter. Okay, so they've just kind of annoyingly added in an arctan here just to make sure you're paying attention, or to test your arc trig skills. But essentially, if arctan of this equals pi over 4, then this, the g of a over 2, has to equal 1, because our tan of pi over 4 is 1. So arctan of 1 is pi over 4. Okay, so before we go any further, guys, make sure you're clear on why this is the case. Then once you have this, the rest of it isn't, well, it's certainly not easy, but it's not overly difficult. We just need to do g of a over 2. Now g of a is, or actually, I could rearrange this, guys, just to make it a bit more easy. G of a equals 2, because g of a over 2 equals 1 multiplied across by 2. So g of a is 1 over a squared minus 2a minus 3. And this equals 2. Multiply across, I get 2a squared minus 4a minus 6 equals 1. Subtract the 1, 2a squared minus 4a minus 7 equals 0. Okay, now I just need to solve this quadratic. It doesn't factorize, and he wants it in this form anyway. So I'm guessing I'm going to have to use, well, I could either complete the square or use the quadratic formula. I'm just going to use the quadratic formula. A is equal to minus b, which is 4, plus or minus the square root of, now just be careful, guys, obviously a in the quadratic formula is not related to this a. So b squared, which is 16, this squared, minus 4 times this, which is actually going to be plus, because it's minus, plus, and 4 times 2 times 7 is 56. Okay, guys, if you, again, don't know what I'm doing here, you definitely need to go and learn how to use the quadratic formula. 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm assuming everyone can do this. Okay, so it's 4 plus or minus. This is 16 plus 56 is 72. So that's root 72 over 4 equals 4 plus or minus. Now this guy, 72, can be split into root 36 times root 2. 2 times 36 is 72, all over 4, which is 4 plus or minus 6 root 2 over 4, which is finally equal to 4 divided by 4 is 1, plus or minus 6 divided by 4 is 3 over 2, which is what we kind of wanted here, 3 over 2 root 2. But finally, he says, give your answer in the form p plus q over 2 root r. So I can't have this minus involved. And the reason there's no minus is because in this function, the definition of this function g of x, x has to be bigger than 3. So here, a has to be bigger than 3. So I'm going to say, as a is bigger than 3, a equals 1 plus or minus 3 over 2 root 2. Okay, that's part C finished.